Welcome back to SecurityCompliance.io's CMMC Assessment Guidance series, powered by Intersec Inc. In this video, we will continue to discuss the CMMC domains and their individual practices, as well as break down information for each of them to better your understanding of their requirements to ease your journey towards CMMC certification. If you are preparing for CMMC certification and would like to learn how C3PAOs will assess your CMMC Level 1 compliance, this video is for you. Today, we'll be shifting gears and discussing a new domain, media protection. The CMMC standard defines one capability for media protection, which is to sanitize media. The media protection domain for Level 1 has one practice. This sole practice, MP.1.118, focuses on the concept of sanitizing or destroying information system media containing federal contract information before disposal or release for reuse. Let us begin by discussing media protection from the source point of view, using NIST 800-171 as source material. Sanitization removes information from the media so sensitive information cannot be retrieved. Sanitization techniques include, but aren't limited to, clearing, purging, cryptographic erase, and destruction to prevent the disclosure of information to unauthorized individuals when media is distributed. Keep in mind, this requirement applies to all system media, digital and non-digital, subject to disposal or reuse. If you look at the right of the screen, we have images that depict a few examples of what this media might look like. Now, shifting our lens and focus, let us discuss this from a CMMC standard point of view and see how it's similar or differs. It is important to know what information is on your media so that you can handle it properly. If there is FCI, you or someone in your company should either 1. Shred or destroy the device before disposal so it cannot be read, or 2. Clean or purge the information if you would like to reuse the device. Remember, this entire focus is on ensuring the sanitization of media. Here's an example to continue understanding what this practice means. As you pack for an office move, you find some old CDs in a file cabinet. You determine that one has information about an old project your company did for the DoD. You shred the CD rather than simply throwing it in the trash. Now, that example was a great way to understand how sanitizing media is important. But what does it mean for your own company? How would you implement it there? Here's looking at an example implementation to understand that aspect. You are given a government contract from the DoD that contains FCI that you are given access to. After completion of the project, you review all company devices, physical elements like paper, or storage devices like disks, tapes, thumb drives, etc. You ensure all these devices are either disposed of completely, i.e. destroyed or handled in a different way, or cleared of all the possible FCI with a reset if you're dealing with software-like devices. Again, you have to understand that this encompasses every aspect. Like I said in the previous example, paper. If paper that contains FCI is in your organization, make sure you're shredding it or completely destroying it. Or if there's a tape that has important information, make sure you're properly disposing of it or clearing it so that it can be reused without any FCI left over. Going over MP.1.118's assessment objectives, the first one's going to be system media containing FCI sanitized or destroyed before disposal, and the second is going to be system media containing FCI sanitized before it was released for reuse. Moving swiftly forward, the assessment objects, as with all the other previous practices, is going to be the same across the board. Feel free to pause to reread quickly. We're going to go ahead and move on. As discussed extensively in previous videos, this slide contains all of the relevant information that will be important when it comes time for a C3PAO to come assess your organization. Let's go over each of these components to ensure we understand them, specifically in regards to media protection and its sole practice. For the examine method, they may examine your applicable standards and policies addressing media sanitization, or even your media sanitization records to understand, achieve clarification, or obtain evidence. The interview method, they might interview your personnel with media sanitization responsibilities or personnel with information security responsibilities to hold discussions to, again, facilitate understanding. And finally, for the inspect method, they might inspect your organizational processes for media sanitization to process and exercise assessment objects under specified conditions to compare actual with expected behavior. Again, always be on the lookout for all of these when it comes time to assessment. Here are the other references to other security standards related to MP.1.118. As always, you can use these as a mapping mechanism to see how your existing standards match up to the CMMC standard and what you have yet to achieve. And that's it. Thanks for sticking till the end and learning all you could about media protection throughout this video. As always, there's going to be a resources on screen and in the description below that you can check to continue learning about CMMC. Intersec is going to continue releasing a variety of content and educational information in regards to CMMC. And if you want to continue checking any of the updates, you can join our mailing list at intersecinc.com/contact us. We also regularly post blogs, which you can see with the link on screen / in the description below. I'm going to end with a call to action, and that is to, no matter how much you learn about CMMC, the only way to do something is actually work on the CMMC assessment itself. And the wonderful way to do that is through our platform, www.securitycompliance.io, where you can start a free self-assessment on your current standing with CMMC and also generate a free gap analysis report to indicate any gaps you have in your current journey to level 1. I implore you to check it out and get started on your CMMC journey now rather than later. With that, I hope you leave a like on this video if you liked it. Please consider subscribing so you can get more content from us and turn on post notifications for the next time we post. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.